Okay, in this video, I'm going to walk you through on how to get started with our website builder and some of the logic behind our system, and just really, get you going to where you can get to the next stages within building a website in our platform. So there's two sections to build a website within our platform. One, you can build it here under CMS funnels. This is more for one-off sites that you're starting from a theme or importing your own site. And then the other section is under templates funnels. This is where you're building a template, basically a base site that you can reuse in various different ways. Maybe you want to deploy a bunch of near me websites. Maybe you want to deploy sites for a franchise or agent-based organizations. Maybe you want to create some niche specific sites such as maybe you service, landscapers, and you want to build, 5 really awesome landscaping websites. And you want to start from there each time you configure it for your client. Such as changing the color scheme, changing the content, the logo. It's much easier to start with something that's already proven, right? Or you may want to offer something really easy for your client to customize from their profile and using our custom profile tags and things like that. So that's where you would build those, and I'll talk about that later if you haven't watched some of the other videos. But if you build something here in the CMS section and you want to ever make it a template, you can easily just convert that to a template by clicking this menu option here. So to get your funnel into this section, or at least start your website, you're going to click this button here, create new funnel, and you're presented with several different options here. This theme right here, blank imports, this is only if you're importing your own website. You should not use this if you're trying to build off of something we have existing here. This is if you have a website you want to bring in, or maybe you purchase a theme somewhere and you just want to bring it into our platform and have the builder work with that site. There's training videos on how to do that. But if you're not importing your site, don't ever worry about this theme here. These other themes, think of them as when you go and buy a theme from one of these theme providers, they have pre-built pages, they have content in there, they have content blocks, and you kind of mix and match to build your own site. That's the concept of our CMS. So we provide you with several different home pages, several different pages and content blocks, so you can kind of organize your conversion architecture and quickly build out a site and then customize it, the design, and kind of make it as unique as possible. We also have a Bootstrap theme. This Bootstrap theme is just Bootstrap version 5. It has some font awesome includes in it, and also jQuery. But if you purchase a theme that's Bootstrap, you may want to start with this if it's Bootstrap version 5, because it's just so much easier just to apply the customized CSS files on the import. I know I'm probably talking over some people's heads, but if you do have a Bootstrap version 5 theme that you're trying to import, you could start from this opposed to the blank imports, but either one work great. You also have this custom templates tab. This is when I talked about the templates. This would be anything that you've built in the templates section. You can also role base that, so certain users can only see those specific templates that you've built. And that's where you would do that. You would click on custom templates to access that, and you can always go back to the clone templates. So I'm going to start with the Bootstrap version. So I'm going to just call this sample site. And then workspaces, this would be, if you haven't watched the video on workspaces, workspaces allow you to share assets with user roles or clients or users, team members. And you can also organize all your assets based on a workspace. In this example, I'm not going to choose a workspace. I'm just going to hit clone. This will create your site. Like I said, if you are using one of the themes that have multiple pages and multiple home pages, it'll actually create all those pages for you and give you access to go in and start customizing those and deleting whatever you don't want to use. Just real quick on a few things here. You have a preview option here, so you can go out and see what the website looks like. You also have the settings. So settings would be more of, and I'll cover this in other videos, of all the different options you have on settings. You also have the builder, which I'll show you in just a second. Asset manager, this is where you can load up folders, a bunch of files, especially if you're importing a theme into our system. This is much easier to use, the asset manager, than our normal file manager. You also have make it a template, and then this is add collab. What this is workspaces means that anybody who's either a collab user on the workspace or a user role in the workspace, they have access to every asset that you create inside the entire workspace. Sometimes you may only want them to have access to just one asset, and that's where you would add a collab user. I can actually just pick one of my users and they'll see this website as if they created it inside their backend. That's very helpful if you're working with different contract designers or things like that, and you want to apply a site to that designer or your client, just so they have visibility into accessing the site. You can do that within here. And of course, you can delete it.